Hello guys, welcome back to another video for my YouTube channel. Today I'm gonna talk of a very important topic. I cannot stress enough. How to manage drawdowns and how to reduce the losing streak time. So most of the time everyone focuses on how to win, how to make a profitable system that is winning over the long term. But what happens when our systems start to go in a losing streak? Do we know how to manage that, let's say, losing streak? Or you're just gonna keep losing all the profits we've made? So it's very important to understand that we need to know how to lose as well as how to win. When we get into the losing streak, that's where we start to have obstacles for our system. That's where we need to make improvements. So that's the time for us to really understand, is our system let's say strong enough to go through losing streak and come back. And that's the lesson for today. I'm going to talk about 3 points which are going to be the main pillar for this strategy, and they're going to help you to reduce the possibility of staying in the losing streak for more than 5 trades. So first of all, I want to say that this is coming from my personal strategy. So this is a strategy applied to my rules. So each of you is going to have a different strategy, and different parameters are going to be relevant for the reduction of the losing streak. So I'm gonna tell you what is my strategy so that you can understand why I have these rules here. So I trade 3 pairs. I take conservative and aggressive setups. I risk 1% for each trade, and I trade only 1 session. So considering that I trade 3 pairs, my losing streak, let's say, chances are even increasing, because now I don't have a losing streak for 1 pair only. I can have a losing streak for 2 pairs at the same time, or even 3 pairs at the same time, which exponentially, increases the statistical of the losing streak. So as soon as I go after 2 stop losses, my new strategy of managing the drawdown comes in place. Then another thing is I take both aggressive and conservative setups. In simple terms, conservative setups is when you wait for extra confirmation once price reaches the area or level that you want to buy or sell from. The aggressive, instead, is you taking the trade without waiting for any extra confirmation. So you're just gonna, place the sell limit or buy limit on that area, and you don't care. That's the conservative and aggressive trade setups. So while when I'm in a winning streak, I can still, take, let's say, aggressive trades, aggressive setups. When I get after 2 losses consecutively, I start to don't take any aggressive trades, so only conservative. And then I risk 1% at only 1 session. This is nothing, that changes. So talking about how to escape the losing streak, if we take only conservative trades, then we reduce drastically the chances of stupid stop losses, because for each time the price reaches the area, it needs to react the way we like, it needs to react the way we want, and that's gonna be the reason why we take the trade. So just it's already decreasing the chances of stupid losses. The second one is to remove 1 or more pairs. So in my case, I removed 2 pairs, so I stayed only with Euro USD, and I'm going to show you the trade from today. Amazing, clean, 1 to 7, recover all the losses, and I'm in profit for the month. So just to show you the importance of risk management, stick to your rules, trust yourself, believe in the strategy. But that's something else that we're gonna go afterwards. So as I was saying, remove all the pairs so you are monofocused. You cannot be stopped out in the same session for with 1 pair. It's very unlikely. If this happens, then you need to make some adjustments on your let's say critical thinking and analysis, because most of the times in New York, let's say Euro USD, you're either gonna buy or you're gonna sell. In 3-hour spot, is never gonna happen that you buy and sell multiple times. So you reduce drastically the chances of you getting 2 or more stop losses, or getting very bad idea about the trade. You need to, analyze one pair, one direction. You cannot be wrong. If you're wrong, then okay, you take the loss and you move on. And the next one, which is the last option, because you never want to reduce the risk reward. This is the system that has built within your system. If you start to reduce the reward, then you're gonna need more trades to recover from your losses and so on. So it's very important that this is the last thing that you implement, in this strategy for escaping the losing streak. But yeah, that's something I want to say. And I want to say another thing that I realized today. Most of the times, I posted that tweet on this concept that forex pairs are like chicks. How can you expect, to be treated well by all of them if you give a little bit of attention to each and every one of them? You don't have a monofocus, so you give a little bit of attention to one, I give a little bit of attention to another. That's not, over the long term, that's not, I think, successful, as you're not giving enough, enough deep knowledge and deep details on the singular one. So that's why I think I'm gonna implement a mono pair for the following months and see how I perform, especially because this way I think I can be more focused. I can have less fatigue. So because I'm just analyzing one pair, I have, let's say, an area or 2 area for the day. If there is nothing, then nothing happens. I'm not gonna stay there looking for other pairs, other opportunity, and it's this some stuff that you may be already into, so it may interest you. So I'm gonna collect some data on this. I'm gonna probably bring it to you in the following weeks or months. I don't know. But yeah, that's the losing streak strategy. I think it's very important for you to understand my words, because it's not like a fixed strategy. This is how to analyze your strategy, see what are your weaknesses, and try to transform your weaknesses in neutrality. So you don't want to leave your weaknesses and keep making the same mistakes. You just want to take your weaknesses, improve it, neutralize it, so that you can have a more stable, let's say, flow for the following trades. But yeah, let's get into the trades from today. Very, very clean. Euro is USD trade. Okay, let's go. I'm gonna play the... I'm not gonna go too much. Where is it play? Okay, yeah. I can delete everything because I don't need. Okay, very simply, what we see here is this. So we have a bullish structure here on the left, and therefore I have an area of interest here where price may react, to go higher. So I was waiting for this price for New York session, but price has left liquidity. So I arrived here, as you can see in the 5 minute, double bottom, so left liquidity. So I was like, okay, very interesting. This means it's gonna probably try to sweep this liquidity and get into the main order block here. So I was looking to the left, and I know that we are, in this bearish structure. So I was like, okay, very likely we're gonna find some areas here where price, can get the right flow, and then maybe, go higher. So this was my idea. What I've seen here was as well that, I was not really liking this level, because this looks a lot of liquidity here. So maybe you're gonna get swept as well. So okay, I'm gonna wait for price to get into the areas, and then I was identifying this area here on the left and this area here on the left as well. Plus, I had some liquidity here. Okay. So I was just waiting for price to go into this area and to wait for a better confirmation. So I'm gonna Okay, we see the first candle has already broke this area, so I was like, okay, nothing. And then so before this candle, I saw, and price was keep building liquidity in this area, something interesting here. And I was like, okay, looks like there is some interesting level, take some decision for someone here, especially because this was a clean as well. So we can say that this was a liquidity grab of this eye. So it can be a manipulation as well. Identify this as manipulation, so liquidity grab, etc. So I went into the 1 minute and I start to watch price closely. I see this, and then I see a big move. And as we can see here, we can identify a structure, and we can identify the change of structure. So I identify this. I saw, was a really clean candle. I'm not usual to go, this low on the time frame, but this looked very, very nice, especially because, we were swing short. We left liquidity here to grab. We create more liquidity. We are having the liquidity very, very impulsively, and we left this candle to mitigate. So I take the trade. I place my sell limit stop, my sell limit here, my stop loss above the last high, and my TP was this liquidity pool here. So as we can see, and that's what happened afterwards. Price went very aggressively in the area, and as soon as we had this change of structure here, I moved my stop loss below the last high here. So I was risking 0.2% probably. And then we have another break of structure here. So I placed my stop loss below the last high, so I was in profit, and I left my target. So I was like, okay, I either get stopped out in profit or I make 7%. And the second option was the right one, because we smashed target. I had to wait a little bit, but we smashed target. This was the trade. Trade analysis, I always post in my, if you don't believe me. Okay, this was the trade before taking it. This was 11, that's stop loss and everything. So yeah, that's the good trade. I came out from the losing streak very happy, and I hope this lesson gave you some good insight for the future, and we see you in the next one.